Hey, what's up, guys? Today I am going to be talking about how to upload custom data to Facebook to create custom campaigns to go alongside your direct mail, your texting, cold calling, any traditional campaigns that you're running that you're pulling lists for. I can even go along with, Drive for Dollars and things that you're doing on that end. So, just to kind of give you guys an idea of why I think this is important, I've had in the last about 45 days, I've had two really high profile clients that spend a lot of money on direct mail, cold calling, and texting. So they are pulling lists constantly and they're always reaching out to these people. And they will get these people to come in and they'll get started off with, a direct mail they'll call in. But then they just kind of fall through the cracks. Something goes on where they just fall out of connection with them. And I've seen this happen multiple times where we upload those lists that we've been sending direct mail to, cold calling, texting, and then Facebook provides a easy to enter path to be able to go to conversion. Oftentimes, what I've noticed is that direct mail, cold calling, and texting seem a lot more of a private space. So people are a little bit more reluctant to really go forward and try to engage on these platforms. Whereas Facebook is a lot more open-ended. So if people feel like it's their decision that they're selecting this ad. Now, when we can make our direct mail campaigns, our texting campaigns, our cold calling campaigns work together with our Facebook campaigns, so we're really hitting somebody from every single angle that we can, giving them options to be able to convert, whether it be, on a more direct platform or on something that seems a lot less direct, that is a little bit easier for them to maybe make the choice of converting where they don't feel like they're being specifically targeted. Now, we know that we're specifically targeting them, but for them, it might feel a little bit less open, or it might feel a little bit more open and less direct, so they don't feel like you're prying into their business as much. So that's what we're going to be going over today. I've had multiple clients in the last 45, 60 days closing deals specifically from their lists that they're sending me. Now that saves them money because they're already spending money to get these lists. They're already spending money on direct mail. They're already spending money on texting, cold calling, and then adding it to me adds one more touch that we can get in on the marketing side. And it's a lot more controllable and trackable on our end. And so they're saving money, they're getting closed deals from them, and they're able to really capitalize on everything that they're already investing on. So it really makes total sense to do this, guys. And it only takes a couple dollars a day. Honestly, you don't need to be spending tons of money. If you have really large lists, yeah, a higher budget is going to perform better, and you're going to be able to do different things like focus it more on conversions on your website, or focus more on the lead generation side on a Facebook form, or sending it to a specific landing page. Now, you can do all these things with lesser budget, but you got to understand, with the audience sizes and how much you're going to be spending, there are going to be some fluctuations there. So typically what I recommend is when I'm doing a campaign like this, I like to allocate somewhere between $7 to $10 a day. So you're looking somewhere between 210 to 300 bucks a month to really, provide a good space for somebody to convert. I like lists that have 1,000 people or more on them. Now, you can do it with less, but it's going to be less effective. If you only have 100 people, 200 people, what I would recommend doing is combining your list for a couple months until you start to get more people in there, so that when you upload it to Facebook, you have enough people matched to really make it worthwhile. We're going to kind of be going over, what we like to see on those lists that really make it worth uploading. And we're going to show you how to do that, as well as, kind of set up the ad to go ahead and move forward with something like that. So, for me, what I like to do is I like to get as much information as possible. So you have to have a minimum, first name, last name, city, state, zip. And then I like to add on phone number and email address. If you've got date of birth or anything along those lines that we can upload as well, and we'll show you the options that you have when you're uploading those lists. That's really going to be able to help you match more people and be able to have so if you have a better match rate, you're going to have more people in those audiences. Typically, we're looking for somewhere between a 70 to 80% match rate. The cell phone, so skip tracing the numbers, like the cell phone numbers or the email address, is really going to help you a lot because Facebook does require those. And oftentimes, in those skip traces, when you get the 3 different emails or 3 different phone numbers, you might think that those are some old bad numbers. A lot of times those are valuable on Facebook because someone may leave those phone numbers or email addresses that may not be using anymore. So really smart to upload all the data that you have possible. Now let's go over how to do that. So we're going to come over here. We're going to pull up, if you need to get into your Facebook account, facebook.business.com will take you to your business manager. And then you can go up to the top left and you can find in the shortcuts your audiences tab. This is where we're going to upload all of our information in here to be able to, really find a specific, this is where you're going to be able to upload your information to be able to target in your ads. So we're going to come over here to custom audience. We're going to click customer list, and then we're going to click next. Click no, next, and we're going to hit upload file. Now I've got a file in here. I just named it Facebook mail list. You're going to go ahead and click open, and I'm just going to leave it named that. We're going to click next. Now we're going to come in here and we've got all of our information kind of delegated out. So I like to have this all separated because it's easier when you're in Facebook. And let's grab city, state, and this is the zip. Oh, we already got zip over here. Yep, we already got zip over. And then you can also grab phone numbers, just kind of like an idea. There is date of birth, year of birth, country, gender, age. Obviously, the country is not super specific. If you're already putting in a city, state, and zip, you don't really need the country in there. Date of birth I've seen be helpful, as well as age that pop up on a lot of those skip trace lists. So we're going to go ahead and hit upload and create. And we are just going to wait for this to upload. Awesome. So we've uploaded our list, and now that this is in there, we're going to be able to create the ad to target it. So we're going to come over here to our ads manager. And remember, you can find it in that quick shortcuts up there. And if you've got about $7 to $10 a day, I really like to use a conversions campaign. So this is going to be driving to your website where we're going to have them convert on your website and fill out the lead form. You can create a custom, landing page for these people, or you can just do this, already with your your homepage that you already have. So we're going to come in here. We're going to hit continue. And we're going to pull up this. We're going to go conversions, mailing list. Make sure you click special ad category or your ad account will be disabled. So we're going to hit housing, hit update ad sets, modify. I like to have my campaign budget on, but it doesn't matter if you only have one ad set in here. I'm going to move this down to $10 a day. We're going to hop into the new ad set. We're going to click Facebook mailing list. And we're going to have it on the contact us, or you can do it on lead, whatever you've got on your, have as your optimized event. I like to use dynamic creative. So I'm going to go ahead and click dynamic creative. And we're going to come down here and we're going to add to our custom audiences. So I've got my Facebook mail list. Now, if you had just barely done this, it's okay if this pops up like this. What you're seeing is basically, it's just not matched the people. So it's not going to give you an idea of how many are on there. Make sure my detailed targeting is off. That way we don't have any errors. But you can always, if you have a low quantity of lists, you can always add to that same list just by clicking edit on the list and adding customers, or you can add multiple lists and add more people to it and just wait for it to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I like to go by targeted campaigns. So if I know I'm sending out a direct mailer, like sending out 5,000 mailers out, I like to have a direct campaign just for that. And I like to run it, somewhere between 10 days before and 5 days after, just to kind of help increase all the marketing around it. But we're going to come down here. We got to leave this open. That's okay. You can choose either automatic or manual placements. It depends on what you're doing. Personally, for me, I really like manual placements, but with the fact that we're trying to hit these people from all angles, I'm actually going to leave most of these on. I really like having multiple areas where people can convert. So there's going to be some that I'm going to turn off, like the Instagram Explorer, just for the target audience that I'm sending to. Probably isn't going to be the best place to do it. Stories isn't going to really be the best place. So I'm going to take those off. In stream could work if I've got a good video that I want to do, but it's going to kind of require it to be in front of them. In article I want, because I see that a lot of times these pop up on like news station articles. So it's nice to have that coming up. And then we've got our audience network, which I like to have. I don't like the rewarded videos personally, because I find that that's usually apps, which like are games. And a lot of times we don't get a lot of that either. So I'm going to go ahead and have this kind of be my setup here. All right. So we're going to hop into the new ad. And we're going to go ahead and change this. And we're going to do Facebook mailing list. And I'm just going to bring up a couple of my copy scripts that I like to use. We're going to go ahead and put that in here. We're going to add one other option because we were doing multiple variations. So I've got one long and one short option that I'm going to be running. All right. And if you want any of this type of copy, always feel free to reach out. I'm always willing to share like some of my copy tips, but watching this video, you really can learn a lot on how we like to present this copy. So if you look here, I follow a pattern. So I've got my kind of, header, kind of the grasp the attention, because this is what's going to be showing on this ad. And let's just I'm going to throw a couple images in here so you can kind of see them preview too. So actually let's do a video. We'll do one image and one video. So here is what I call a CTA graphic image. These have been working really well. These just have bandit. It's almost like a bandit sign, but it's got it's just got a graphic going across. And we'll throw up our link just so that you can see it. Obviously, I like to use custom parameters. You don't have to. For the sake of the example, I'm not going to go and build a UTM parameter, but it just makes it easier to track on your website. And then I'm going to add this video. Okay, and that's just processing. But I like to have multiple variations, and I follow the same style of like a pattern in my copy. And the reason why I do that is I like to adjust the lengths to give people, options, but I like to follow the same pattern because I know oftentimes it's a little bit easier to convert with giving multiple, kind of links and places to do that with. So in a typical ad, like you can see, you can click the Learn More button. But what I like to do, and this isn't really giving us a good example here, but you can change these feeds and see the different variations and whatnot. But there you go. As you can see, there's going to be all these different variations of your ad. But when we hop in here, looking at the copy, this is what I like to do. So I like to have kind of my header up here, just giving them like a reason why to keep reading. And what I do is I give them kind of like my motivation. And so helping them understand what I'm looking for and what I want to do and why it's going to benefit them and who it's going to benefit. Down here, I put one option just for the people who are super motivated. Oftentimes, instead of clicking on these buttons, what they're going to do is they're going to click on your text and they're going to see your link that you provide right here. So if you did www.silverstreetmarketing.com, for example, they're going to go ahead and click on this link. Now, I like to use Bitly links here. And the reason why I do this is because it's easier for me to track. So I build a custom parameter for every link that I create. So I go ahead and build a UTM that's like Facebook links and the ad. And then I put that into this copy. And then I create it into a Bitly account or a Bitly link. And then I put it into this copy. And the reason why I do that is just to track that I know where it's coming from and that my website is constantly updating with that information, telling me and letting me know in case, it gives me an idea of those who are actually clicking on this bottom link versus like the learn more button versus actually just going into the text and clicking on the link that's right there. So that's what I like to do personally. And you guys can do it however you'd like, obviously, but this kind of just makes it easier for me because I give them multiple places to convert. You don't have to do just www. You could do, on the Bitly, I always do like the Bitly / whatever custom link that I have. So we'll do that here too. And just for the sake of the example, I'm just putting a straight URL, which you can do as well. I've done that in ads, but you just don't get the opportunity to be able to track where people are actually coming from. So go to Bitly, create some custom links using UTMs, and that'll give you some better idea of what you'll be getting. Headline, we're going to go ahead and sell your house fast without paying any fees or repairs. Awesome. We're going to come down here. I like using the learn more. And there we have it. We have an ad. I'm going to just show you how, what we've got going is we're optimizing for Facebook to create multiple variations of these ads. And the reason why I like that is because oftentimes one ad's going to perform better for a certain person, whereas another ad's going to perform better for another. So you allow Facebook to make that decision per person. As you can see, we've got a video ad here that's just got text switching in and out. And then we also have a straight call to action graphic, which you can see. This is, one thing that's nice about this option is Facebook will actually take this and it will say, hey, if this would be better as a still image video where it just plays for 6 seconds, kind of goes in and out, pans in and out, then it will create this for specifically somebody who will convert better on this style of ad. And that is the beauty of dynamic ads. And that's a huge change that they've made recently. You can see it's this little button right here. It says optimize creative for each person. Vary your ad creative based on each person's likelihood to respond. And you can see possible optimizations. So it's applying minor image enhancements, thumbnails, cropping your image and video, applying a template, creating a story, playback speed for videos without sound, swapping text between fields, creating videos from images. So all that is included, and Facebook will do it specifically for each person that sees your ad if it thinks it will cause it to perform better. So this is how we target people that are on these direct mail lists, cold calling lists, texting lists, from multiple angles, and give them multiple ways to convert, which helps us close more deals. And these, this can be the difference of, making an extra $25,000, $50,000. I mean, depending on what you're doing, right? If you're flipping, you're probably upwards towards the 50. If you're wholesaling, you're probably more around 15 to 20,000. But that is a lot of money just from taking 5 minutes to create an ad and uploading a list to make sure it's getting in front of those people, because there are people who will convert better online versus getting a direct mail. And why not give multiple people this option, multiple options to be able to convert and close more deals? So for a couple dollars a day, you can capitalize on your marketing efforts. You can save money. You can use marketing that you've already been paying for to close more deals. And you might just be one ad away from another closed deal, or adding another closed deal every single month, another 2 deals, another 3 deals. It's really that simple. And we're just using the strategy to integrate with your traditional marketing that you're already doing. So be sure to check this out. I promise you this is beneficial, whether it's on a brand awareness level where it increases the amount of people who are actually calling from your traditional campaigns because they're seeing your Facebook ads, or it's going to just increase your conversions online coming from your traditional list that you're already pulling and causing you to close more deals that way as well. So just wanted to give you guys this quick training. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We always want to help. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in our business. I know we're really busy. We want to respond to all of your comments. We've had a lot of cool things going on, so we've been jumping in and out, but feel free to reach out at any time. We want to respond to you, and I am excited to see you guys on the next video. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button so we can make sure to get more content to you that is actually relevant to what you are looking for.